choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Remember, Auntie knows best.
Salutations, Arcadia. Auntie Cleo here with a direct message to all Protectorate subjects listening in. I'm afraid you've been fed a lot of hooey about all of us at Auntie's choice. Your so-called superiors would have you believe...
That doesn't sound like a sanctioned communique.
The announcer's voice is so mellifluous.
Nothing could be farther from the truth. Listen to your auntie. They say they offer you direction.
Do the advertisements help Auntie's folks straighten out their minds? Is it their version of our mental refreshment?
No, it feels like some kind of punishment. In fact, it feels like Auntie hates me.
At Auntie's choice, we respect the individual. We're providers, liberators.
I was sad for a moment because my house got submerged in the flooding. Then the wireless told me everything was splendid. Now I feel much better.
Personally, it's never too late to rebrand and start anew. Join us, embrace freedom, revel in choice. Auntie's choice.
Introducing Auntie's new line of specialty drinks for the discerning Auntie Fizzos.
Right now, the Paradigm needs our houses underwater. Hopefully it'll need them dry again someday, but until then, it's a short swim down to your possessions. Is now a bad time to report myself for mental refreshment? I wouldn't want to be inconvenient.
I see my opportunity and take it. I had to make my own luck.
Well, it's infected. Redstone arrives soon, we'll have to start cutting.
Permanently crushed by Auntie's choice. Every flavor-filled morsel is packed with the pep and pertinacity you need to succeed.
Of course, it's part of the Sovereign's plan. He floods our houses, which makes more habitat for fish, which offers us more to eat, which gives us the strength to build new houses.
But then, how do I cook the fish?
To deliberate is to court ruin.
So they see the perfection of the paradigm and can't buy their way in, so they decide, stay true, outsider. Prudence dictates we maintain sufficient zeal at all times.
Prudence dictates we maintain sufficient zeal at all times.
You locked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. Don't suppose you have any medical supplies to spare, do you? That you might kindly consider donating? Oh, no thank you. Not looking for anything that does more harm than good. I have enough ailments to manage already. From what I've heard about Auntie's medicaments, might poison a patient or cause them to grow an extra head or something. Never know what they're testing out on you.
My extra parts aren't side effects. That's your implication. And anyhow, I should think some minor side effects would be preferable to dying.
Oh, fear I've little time for idle chatter. If you'll excuse me, others do need my attention.
Word on the wireless is that
People have been
Auntie's
complaining
choice
about
is
those
years
ads
behind
playing.
us sociologically.
I'm inured to all manner of
started
hollering.
the war to grab any
My
part
body
of
is
the
covered in
paradigm that they
burns
can.
acquired in battle during the attack. The only relief I have is when I can jump in the water and get over my house.
vacuous cacophony sets my teeth on edge.
And my personal invitation to you all to join us in Fairfield and sample our unique brand of autonomous self-determination for yourselves. So pack your bags.
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to Protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please, let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
Believe we're unscrupulous interlopers, intent on stealing the very bread of...
And that would be worse than what we've already endured? We are better than they. And I, for one, refuse to give Auntie and her ilk the pleasure of compromising our pride.
Purpose. We say that's a fancy way of stating you're their slave.
Our society was built from the bedrock up, through the vision of our matriarch. Due to her genius, the structure of our society is perfect, planned down to the last subject. We all work as a unified whole for the betterment of all. Unlike those corporate colonies, where it's every person for themselves.
I tell you personally, it's never too late to rebrand and start
They love it as much as I. We care for everyone. Why, we've even eradicated the drudgery of manual labor through our perfection of auto-mechanical technology. That brings me to a matter I'd like to discuss with you, actually. I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts. What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need.
Forced you into an untenable position. You have no water. You have no food. Your medical supplies dwindle as your roofs threaten.
Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
Come to Fairfield, bastion of the weary, and join the winning side.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in. That is most excellent. Please, hand them over.
Unless you've stockpiled Falderall's mollifying demulcent. An easeful release from Arcadian allergens of all kinds. Use Falderall's mollifying demulcent.
Thank you. I know community service can be a foreign concept for those outside the Protectorate, so I hope this is ample reward for your time. Now, I'll prepare a writ of conscription to the Vox Relay. Once you're inside, there's something else I need you to do. Something that would save many lives.
Walk-in industrial microwave. Originally developed for secretive research laboratories for purposes we may only guess at. The Panpharmacon 5 is now available.
Look, let's save ourselves some arguing. You've already helped me. I will grant you the writ. You can ignore my request, fine, but you'll at least hear me out. The Vox Relay is, to my mind, a time bomb. Brigadier Montelli's lost his way. Now all manner of chaos is raging there. I've heard tell he's even resorted to extra-legal executions. Madness, I tell you. A brigadier doesn't act as judge, jury, and executioner. That's an arbiter's job. And even then, they're enforcing existing Protectorate law.
Additives Division
Regrettably, yes. Yes, I do. I have given the matter much thought and can see no other way around it. I may have been branded a traitor, but I remain loyal to Protectorate ideals, which he has abandoned. Brigadier Montelli is a stain on the Protectorate's good name, and every moment he remains in charge at the Vox Relay diminishes us further. Good, good. Here is the writ. I may not survive to see what occurs, but I trust you to follow your conscience. Farewell now. Promise you'll return here if you can, to check in on my people and see how they fare.
The K lets you know it's authentic. Now with 110% of your daily chemicals and preservatives.
Nobody needs go anywhere. Not when we can still save Westport. We of the Protectorate endure as one, regardless of any hardships we must face. It'd have to be catastrophically obvious this place was doomed, and incontrovertibly beyond my means to save it, before I'd even consider such a recourse.
Everyone knows Salubri's concoctions aren't supposed to taste good.
I'll say, it's like rotten fruit and decomposing fish.
When I look outside, I see people who are hardy and resilient, who trust the paradigm, who understand prosperity will return with time and group effort. I have the aid of key pillars of our community, several persons of note and good character who stand with and by me, and our town still functions. Despite that vacuous nonsense blaring from our loudspeakers, we are still able to see to our subjects' needs. We have a generator to power our mechs and a fresh water supply.
Humanity can't exist on bread and water. Never met you. Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry meal.
I don't know. Look, I've entertained these fool notions of yours long enough. There's no use pursuing such a fruitless line of thinking further. I have a brighter future in mind for Westport, one you can help with, in fact, rather than dwelling on dark maybes and scenarios of worst imagining. Well, do take care now, outsider.
Just 3 pills and an ointment away.
We don't pre-select your assignment at birth. It's true. No computronic doodads, no permanent roles. Just good old-fashioned freedom. In fact, the former Protectorate subjects now abiding in Fairfield are free to choose any vocation they like and change occupations at the slightest of whims. This wildly unfettered personal
The Matriarch and Sovereign chose Eden, the perfect ecotope, as our home, and devised the paradigm as a great way to maintain it.
Join us in Fairfield and sample our
Apologies for not noticing you there. Wasn't paying rapt attention to those assuasive loudspeaker messages. No. Caught me reciting passages from a beacon to the cosmos, illustrating my steadfast fidelity. All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign. That part always hits me directly. To quote my personal log, an essential passage, rightful and true. Charlton Weintraut.
Auntie Cleo here with a direct message to all Protectorate subjects listening in. I'm afraid you've been fed a lot of hooey about all of
Why,
us.
that's wonderful. I'm actually quite relieved a fellow customer like yourself somehow saw through my carefully maintained act. Others in Westport fail to perceive my true nature. I am hardly one of the herd around here. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials.
Auntie, they say they offer you direction, meaning, purpose. We say that's a fancy way of stating...
Ha! The same ones I immoderately reference. You likely guessed their influence right off, what with my assertive attitude and all. I laugh at danger. I hand-make my own luck. That character is a revelation. You and I are just like him. Get up and go-getters. Say, did Auntie's Choice send you here? Don't fret. I am exceedingly skilled at keeping secrets.
Never too late to rebrand and start anew. Join us. Embrace freedom. Revel in choice. Auntie's Choice.
Introducing
Oh, you're very good at playing dumb, aren't you? I suppose that can be quite useful at times, yes? How meekly dynamic and wonderful. Now, do tell, what is the latest word from the field?
What's their secret? I wish I could be more like them.
Don't follow the herd. Eat Purple Berry Crunch by Auntie's Choice. Every flavor-filled morsel is packed with the pep and pertinacity you need to succeed. Are you a get-up-and-go-getter? Auntie's Choice is the proud maker of Spacer's Chaw, Zero-G Brew, and antibiotics. Everything you need to...
Of course. Toodaloo.
I want to speak plainly to the citizens of the Protectorate. This war has forced you into an untenable position. You have no water. You have no food. Your medical supplies dwindle as your roofs threaten to collapse atop you. And plead though you may, your sovereign is silent. This suffering cannot continue. Listen to your hearts. Come to Fairfield, bastion of the weary, and join the winning side. I shall await you with open arms.
You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's Choice. The stamen of a typical Arcadian Titan flower, or Colossicus arum, is responsible for dumping several pounds of dander into the local atmosphere each pollination cycle. Multiply that by the dozens surrounding most settlements, and the many other flowering megaflora native to the colony, and you have a recipe for gunky eye, goop lung, post-nasal flooding, and worse. Unless you stockpiled Falderall's mollifying demulcent, an easeful release from Arcadian allergens of all kinds. Use Falderall's mollifying demulcent and breathe easy once again. Falderall, the most trusted. Exo-anti-allergenics. Too much.
Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss involving secret sympathies and sugary spoils?
It is now offering the Panpharmacon 5 walk-in industrial macrowave. Originally developed for secretive research laboratories for purposes we may only guess at. The Panpharmacon 5 is now available to you, the unremarkable everyday consumer. Step inside and let electromagnetic waves bathe over you, exciting new molecules and curing such ailments as dropsy, sciatica, narcolepsy, rickets, night sweats, and collectivism. Not recommended for longer than 1 second at a time. Not responsible for temporary or permanent damage to eyes, teeth, skin, or general lifespan. Ask your doctor if a walk-in industrial macrowave is right for you. Whether it's an orifice or a face.
Of course. Toodaloo.
Our Recreant Reclamation and Artificial Additives Division has proudly announced its latest innovation.
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assigned profession. Got something on my mind. Did you hear that message over the loudspeakers? About choosing your chosen profession? That Milver Street fellow said in Fairfield you can, if I understood correctly, opt for any job you show proficiency. Could that truly be true? Or is it a base falsity foisted by Auntie's Choice to, you know, undermine Protectorate subjects' unflagging resolve? Oh, and they hire you too. You're not simply assigned a role, but you, I guess, need to prove competence? And maybe even expertise?
It's like sour milk and expired medicine. Yet despite this balefully
What? Oh, yes. Goodbye.
supposed to taste good.
I'll say, it's like rotten fruit and decomposing fish. Fine.
That's how you know.
Natterfish Restorative Elixir.
You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. You! My scouts saw you infiltrating our lands to the north. This is Protectorate soil, and Protectorate it shall remain. Contra, to arms! Let this trespasser know justice.
Protect Arcadia!
Ready to waste them on your...
My thanks again for returning Scrabbles to us. Morale's already improving. Huh. I half believed you meant that offer. Unless you weren't being playful. I confess, the challenge of holding the forward position does not satisfy, as might a straight-on tussle. But I would prefer to avoid staining my reputation by participating in such a needless blunder. Carr was, shall we say, non-ambiguous with her orders. Such an argument isn't as compelling as you believe. The soldier who does not consider defeat all but guarantees it. I will take action when action is appropriate, and I'd suggest you modulate your tone more appropriately the next time we speak.
stranger.
Endless. You have your orders. The Vox relay awaits. Do remember what I asked of you. If you feel you must.
And sample our unique brand of autonomous self-determination for yourself.
These Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss? Involving secret sympathies and sugary spoils?
Arcadia, Auntie Cleo here with a direct message to all Protectorate subjects listening in. I'm afraid you've been fed a lot of hooey about all of us at Auntie's Choice. Your so-called superiors would have you believe we're unscrupulous interlopers, intent on stealing the very bread off your plate. Tut-tut! No! Nothing could be farther from the truth. Listen to your auntie. They say they offer you direction, meaning, purpose.
Really? What was he like? Bold? Assertive? With a wildly obstreperous theatrical air?
Unity. We say you're just part of the herd. At Auntie's Choice, we respect the individual. We're providers, liberators, spreading free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy.
Is that so? Do tell me more.
I'm here to tell you personally, it's never too late to rebrand and start anew.
An audacious proposal. Yet this place, despite its recent humidity, remains comfortable and familiar.
Specialty drinks for the discerning consumer. Anti-Fizzos.
Say, hold up there, friend. Watch out. That way's a
With a full case, I might gorge upon such sweet goodness morning, noon, and night. All right, hand it over. Oh, but what would vigilant Hogarth say? What would everyone say? I can scarcely imagine it. Abandoning my community only to satisfy my gastronomical urges and risk-taking attitude. No, I couldn't leave unless Hogarth ordered everyone to go.
Packed with the pep and pertinacity you need to succeed. Are you a get-up-and-go-getter? Auntie's
Righto! Well, you seem rather confident. Best of luck, I suppose. You are surely going to need it. Please inform me when, of course, you receive it. As a recent convertee to Auntie's Choice, I'd be honored to share my maverick, individualist perspective. Well, I can tell you someone who thinks he's important. Pinckney. Ever since he became interim chief mechanist, he's been crying day and night about that generator. If anything happens to that thing, I worry for his mind. Of course. Toodaloo.
You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's Choice.
That it? Don't suppose you checked in with Vigilant Hogarth yet, eh? Oh, glad to hear. Probably sprung an important task on you afterwards, I'd wager. I mentioned to the Vigilant how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my liking. Next thing you know, he puts me in charge of repairing all the mechs in Westport.
Nasal flooding and worse, unless you stockpile Falderall's mollifying demulcent.
I mean, sure. All the underlying logic's the same if you mull it over. I've been trained to run them big algae processing units, which were a fair amount more complex. It's just, subjects are expected to mind their assigned area and particular forte. So I was a mite taken aback. But I am happy to help the system abide any way I am able. I think he's bearing up admirably given recent events. Which, of course, are completely fine, and we are all in no way concerned about. The system being resilient and all. Hogarth's reliable as the Arcadian sun. I mean, I know it'll burn out in about 12 billion years and all, but considering our meager lifespan, that's plenty dependable enough for me. Not to indulge in idle talk, but things have been different around here of late. Not at all overwhelmed or terrified of dying, though, of course. The system abides. That Milver Street fellow said in Fairfield you can, if I understood correctly, opt for any job you show proficiency. Could that truly be true? Or is it a base falsity foisted by Auntie's choice to, you know, undermine Protectorate subjects' unflagging resolve? You don't say. Huh. So it's only here with our, perfect society that it works our way. How, fortunate for us all to benefit from such judicious guidance. What?
Now with 110% of your daily chemicals and preservatives, say. Planting corollary in my invasive species fish paste.
You are a rugged spacefaring frontier.
Exciting news! The Vigilance sent that outsider to collect automatic parts for us. And they just returned. The system abides.
Medicine. Yet despite this balefully rebarbative mouthfeel, I feel great.
Everyone knows Salubri's concoctions aren't supposed to taste good.
To inform on a neighbor is a blessing, Prudence says. I'm still waiting for a few thank yous.
I know it's working.
Nannerfish restorative elixir. Additional health benefits, none of the delicious taste. New from Auntie's Choice, where nature ends, we begin. Give Auntie 2 bits, and she'll give you some new glitz. Give Auntie 5 bits, and she'll give you a facial spritz. Your co-worker rivals get sleepy after consuming a full midday meal.
Not me. I stay hungry.
Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack. Whoever said humanity can't exist on bread and water never met you. Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack, featuring our finest pre-sliced bread and dehydrated water tablets, specially designed to be eaten alone at your desk.
The bare minimum you need to make it through your day.
Show your supervisor you stay hungry. Nature made apples, but Auntie Fizzle made water with Auntie Cleo's patented mock apple
Yes.
cider. Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
Salutations! This is TV Milver Street of Fairfield with a special one-time free offer for all Protectorate subjects within and without earshot. What do I provide? Information. Did you know that in Auntie's Choice, we don't pre-select your assignment at birth? It's true. No computronic doodads, no permanent. Just good old-fashioned freedom. In fact, the former Protectorate subjects now fighting in Fairfield are free to choose any vocation they like and change occupations at the slightest whim. This is wild, unfettered, personal freedom available every aspect of life. I hereby extend my personal invitation to you all to join us. Self-determination for yourselves. So pack your bags and get ready to think for yourself, choose for yourself, buy for yourself,
purpose. We say that's a fancy way of stating you're their slave. They say you're part of a community. We say you're just part of the herd. At Auntie's Choice, we respect the individual. We're providers, liberators, spreading free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy. As the head of our corporation, I'm here to tell you personally, it's never too late to be grand and start a new choice. Embrace freedom. Auntie's Choice. Introducing Auntie's new line of
Say, hold up there, friend. Watch out. That way's a minefield.
Yeah.
That endless yammering is... You have your orders. The Vox relay awaits. Do remember what I asked of you.
Fairfield, bastion of the weary, and join the winning side. I shall await you.
Tell me what you... Excuse me, but that cacophony emanating from our loudspeakers can drive one to distraction.
Titan flower, or Colossicaserum, is responsible for dumping several pounds of dander into the local atmosphere each pollination cycle. Multiply that by the dozens...
My people are prepared to die. As subjects of the Protectorate, we are born to give our lives to the Sovereign, whether he asks for them or not. Things are fine. Everyone's fine. They deserve better. Huh. They do, don't they? I've tried to tell myself it's better to die a subject of the Great Protectorate than live a life driven by freedom, but you may be right. Regardless, now that we're all traitors, they really don't need my permission, but if they want it, they shall have it. My former subjects are free to live an empty life with Auntie's Choice. I'll make an announcement. Order them to depart for Fairfield, but I will be staying. Should I? Haven't I failed them enough for one lifetime? No. I will stay here and loyally await the judgment I richly deserve. Adherents are expected to hold firm to the end. Such is the degree of our devotion.
And Artificial Additives Division has proudly announced its latest innovation, Slurrylose, a flavorsome new artificial sweetener made from the reprocessed runoff of industrial facilities, chemical plants...
Oh, come now. I am a vigilant of the Protectorate. I have endured untold hardships, countless battles. What's a little Oh, it never stops. The tumult of duplicitous lies. You're right. I can't withstand this inane onslaught much longer alone. At least in Fairfield, I'll have company in adversity. Unsure how I'll endure such an empty existence. Perhaps, if I offer my old subjects periodic advice, our sense of community may somehow, despite the wiles of commercialism, remain. All right, then. Suppose it's time to make my announcement.
Alien planting corollary in my invasive species fish paste.
You're a rugged, spacefaring frontiers person type. Try it! Despite the countless voices
Attention, everyone. Attention. I, Vigilant Ogden Hogarth, hereby do order all subjects under my command to abandon the settlement of Westminster at the earliest juncture. You are to depart for the township.
Be on my way in 2 shakes of a Raptidon's tail, promise. Just need a moment to say goodbye to this place properly.
With Auntie's choice, thereupon, you are thus and forevermore relieved of your duties as subjects of the
Think they're gonna open us with welcome arms? I meant to say... Huh. I suppose I am a mite nervous. Big changes afoot. Big changes.
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. With regret, I must inform you that those outside our glorious society may not take freely from our stocks, as our subjects do. However, I may offer you a limited selection of premium items for moderate respective fees. Initiating.
spell heinous acidic without Auntie's choice.
I've been bartering with the defectors. Traded one Borst rocket for a whole tin of prestige Borst flow. Straight up.
Now how am I gonna pay off my bar tab? Who's gonna take my spleen?
You've lifted my spirits right out of their doldrums. Our new guests have just arrived. Here, a considerable reward for your considerable efforts. From the hushed grumblings of the refugees, I've gathered that you, perhaps aided Westport's departure into inhospitability? Sometimes the harshest moves are the most necessary. I've two minds about the convertees. Anyone with eyes can see they need guidance, but a pernicious system is not easily abandoned. Have you any thoughts? Trust will take time to build, time and patience. But that is an investment I am ready to make. You've given me a great deal to think about. I am in your debt. I cannot overstate what a capital compatriot you've been, my friend. Now be off. I've many refugees to see to. Plan is such a strong word. Let's call it a hunch. Consider this your first lesson in propaganda. Find whatever your target desires most and use it towards your own ends. Speak with Vigilant Hogarth in the building beside the saloon. He was in charge around here before we arrived. I have no doubt he knows vital information to the Vox's functioning. Now, should you ever find yourself visiting the ACS Undisputed Claim, do come see me. I've no doubt that when we next meet, I'll have risen 6 ranks, at least. Farewell!
How do you eat Purpleberry Crunch? Real warriors eat it right from the box.
Welcome, welcome. How can I improve your day the Auntie's way? Like they say, a bit spent today is a bullet fired tomorrow. Welcome, welcome. See anything you like?
So who are you rooting for in the Tossball Leagues this season? Tossball?
Juliana. Oh, my Juliana. Even though I now rank among the Protectorate's foes, I hoped you would return to me. Every night I would sneak out of Fairfield, despite the danger, desperate to find you. Hoping you would see fit to join your wife. Yet no one has heard from you since you went to the Skycutter facility. Not in 2 weeks. I can only assume the worst. I don't think I can stay in this town any longer. Perhaps if I return to suffer the Protectorate's justice, I shall at least learn what became of you. And if you are gone, I hope I shall be executed. Then at least we shall be together.
pulverizing them suffice? No, I could liquefy them, apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled. Oh, Inez, you look, well, like you could use an ice bath and a cup of newly formulated Triptease. Has something happened?
Something has, all right. I ended my contract effective immediately. Now I'm free to prove myself to everyone in Auntie's Choice. My way.
Well, that's wonderful news. Or is it? I admit I'm still trying to work through what contracts mean hereabouts. But you do appear to be pleased, so I shall be pleased for you. That is not common knowledge in this town. But since Inez appears to trust you, I suppose I can do the same. Before I began my new illustrious career working with our tame, scarily friends here, I was a researcher in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Oh, I was on the verge of breakthrough when they shut us down. Oh, when I think of the lives I could have reached. But in my current role, I do try to help where I can.
Where my own first aid training can't reach, Doc's got me covered. The graft knocked me on my ass for weeks when I first got it. But she nursed me back to health.
Would if I could have done more. Right. I have a lead, Inez. I've identified 2 viable beasts on this island that you may be compatible with. Though it may not be easy to acquire the suitable specimens. The first candidate is the skeleton crabble. It has a rare form of albinism and was last spotted on the western coast by Protectorate scientists, who, unfortunately, went missing. I happened upon an old report of theirs along with a code used to operate their machinery. If their fate is what I suspect, the code may be of use to you.
I heard rumors of the creature myself. Our skeleton sounds a good bit larger than the average crabble. Meaner and smarter, too. The name's metaphorical. This creature's real pale, bone-colored, but it's got muscles and innards like anything else.
The second candidate is a Raptidon matriarch, the only one of her kind on the island as I understand it. She was last spotted in the crags near the Vox Relay.
Deep in Protectorate territory. This matriarch sure ain't making it easy for us. She'll be more aggressive and more cunning than her smaller kin.
When you breach the matriarch's lair, you must rouse her from hibernation. I found pheromones to be quite effective. Inez, I'm certain you know a formula that may suffice.
That I do.
Excellent. It'll be a rather unpleasant wake-up call for the matriarch, so she'll be upon you in moments. I suggest your armaments be at the ready. Then the grafting part is yours. I can assure you my research is sound, and I am not at all like the last surgeon who performed on Inez. I take pride in my work. Now, when you acquire one or both of these parts, return here straight away, and we can begin surgery. Matriarch, Law guide you both out there.
Time to test this character. This will not be easy.
Well, you hate to be proven right. These folk have been dead a while. And that must be the machinery Duck mentioned. Over here, Commander. Huh. Seems this terminal reroutes power to speakers around the cave. They were using sound to lure the Crabbles out. Let's see here. Generator's back on. Power up that phonotron, would you? Should cause enough ruckus to make the skeleton come out and play.
Hey, what am I supposed to do? Just stand around and look pretty?
Well, if the commander's keen to share, you can press the button too. Wouldn't want you feeling left out.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked. That's why I had to get more ammo. I hope I have enough.
Well, you hate to be proven right. These folk have been dead a while. And that must be the machinery Doc mentioned. Over here, Commander. Huh. Seems this terminal reroutes power to speakers around the cave. They were using sound to lure the Crabbles out. Let's see here. Hope you're prepared for this. Generator's back on. Power up that phonotron, would you? Should cause enough ruckus to make the skeleton come out and play.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand around and look pretty?
Well, if the commander's keen to share, you can press the button too. Wouldn't want you feeling left out.
That went better than expected.
Well, you hate to be proven right. These folk have been dead a while. And that must be the machinery Doc mentioned. Over here, Commander. Huh. Seems this terminal reroutes power to speakers around the cave. They were using sound to lure the Crabbles out. Let's see here. Generator's back on. Power up that phonotron, would you? Should cause enough ruckus to make the skeleton come out and play.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand around and look pretty?
Well, if the commander's keen to share, you can press the button too. Wouldn't want you feeling left out.
Take the heat off you, Commander. Just say this. Over here! 3 holes in the head! You lot could hit the broad side.
Ain't making it
of a
easy for us. Watch yourself.
Knew you had my back.
Pick me up. I do it for you.
How are you still upright over there? Not walking this off. Stand me back up.
Now we just need the specimen. Mind the pincers. They can be nice work. Mind bringing it over here so I can take a gander?
Well, that worked out so much better than my melee character.
Muscular reticulation still intact. Cartilaginous integrity mostly sound. A good clean cut. And the pincer's still sharp. Yeah, this'll do just fine. Shame about all the scientists, though. I was hoping this wouldn't be too steep a price. If you still got some hunting you, that Raptidon matriarch's on the loose. Her den's not far from the Vox Relay up north. Elsewise, we head back to Fairfield and speak to Doc Tinsley. North it is. After you.
And the Raptidon is way harder than that crab.
Did the authorities send you? Did my torrent of messages finally convince them of the vast crab-like dangers near at hand? What a relief. In here I thought myself dismissed as a loon. Good. Then it's not too late for you to turn back.
You must have spied those nefarious crabbles, roiling, rippling, bubbling, and churning out in the water. No one at the facility believes me, but I've seen it with my own eyes. Crabble numbers have swelled as they gather to defy us. A consortium, nay, an army! You actually believe me? No, stranger. Thank you. With your confidence and support, I believe the Crabble threat can and will be defeated. Remain strong, and together we will outlast the Crabble!
Oh, unfamiliar clientele. I was just lamenting the lack of new faces around here since supplies stopped arriving. And then you walk in. Name's Hazel. I'm sort of the acting quartermaster around these parts. You need any supplies, talk to my friend the quartermech here. Passed during the attack. Got his face melted clean off by this weird goo. And he was one of the lucky ones. Excuse the mess, by the way. Auntie gave us a pummeling a few weeks back. The old wardens paid the price. Where their courage faltered, a little mental refreshment should do just the trick. That's what I always say. Why overcomplicate perfection? Now what'll it be? Aw, I really need someone else to test this thing. Tell you what, if you give it a go and have any trouble, I'll be happy to get you sorted.
Ambient Zeranium levels are higher than average, but within acceptable ranges. State your business. All wares should be perfectly visible already.
Sorry, it tends to take things too literally. Maybe try phrasing the request differently.
Lull detected. Conversational status uncomfortable. Request not understood.
It only understands the words I've added to its databanks. You wouldn't believe how many words there are for buying and selling. Guess I missed peruse. Look, for now, just use the phrase initiate commerce. It's what I used during the initial testing.
Initiating commerce.
hope.
They are peacefully asleep. Celebrate the good one. Forgive those who celebrate the submissive. Stick to their routine. Should be no turning on your relatives. Your friends, celebrate the turning is what we all strive for.
I'm glad that spectacle didn't scare you off. Between the recent attacks and the gas leak, you find us on the razor's edge between reason and panic. Anyway, if you have hands and a will to lend them, I won't turn away help. This gas leak of ours has proven inexhaustible, patient, and insidious. Zeranium is hardly my area of expertise, but it falls to me to find a solution, lest I follow my predecessors to their untimely fate. Speak with Delphinia Bryant. She needs all the support she can get, and I'll spare no resources on this particular problem. Her invention, once operational, will provide you a shield from the worst of the Zeranium. Her workshop is just past our clinic. Once you have the shield, see me about the leak. I'll give you all the details.
Commander, I think the stuff is eating my lungs from the inside.
Yes. Let's have a look at you. No signs of Zeranium exposure, or anything else novel or interesting, apparently. Another humdrum workaday ailment, no doubt. Nothing requiring my vast expertise, surely. Don't have much to spare, but you're free to have a look. Well, look who it is. What is it this time? Don't have much to spare, but you're free to...
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Caught a piece of shrapnel during the attack. What about you?
Xeranium poisoning. Only a mild case, but the doctors are withholding treatment to study my symptoms.
Sovereign's mercy. How do you feel?
Downright privileged is how I feel. Sick with pride, nauseous with courage, and chronically fatigued with honor.
First the attack, then the Xeranium. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
This unit is currently unavailable for meaningless interaction.
Outsider?
Oh yes, I adore interruptions. I was just saying, what's best for stoking the spark of invention? Regular disruptions to one's train of thought. Now what is it you want? Ah, our good Marshal sent you, did he? Well, unfortunately, the device is taking longer than expected. Assist me, and you'll get more than bits out of the equation. You'll get a prototype shield gadget, the first of its kind. Now tell me, are you familiar with Zeranium gas? Ah, quite. I could speak at length about Zeranium's many captivating intrinsic qualities, but suffice it to say, in its gaseous state, it's rather deadly. So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from Zeranium's remarkably unsavory effects, as well as other forms of harm. Quite splendidly, if I do say so myself. The principal function of the device is confirmed operational. I merely need to work out some minor implementation concerns. Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing this shield gadget, I also find myself in need of assistance regarding its key components. Good, good, wonderful. As an added incentive, I'll allow you to keep one of the prototypes once the work is finished, so you be sure to give it your all. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray Zeranium effluvium. Gas, that is. My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium cloud, the one around the main hangar specifically. Try to avoid any fields of dense Zeranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions? Normally, yes, but on the off chance that environmental exposure has altered the gas here in any way, I'll want to work with local samples. Ideally, the resulting shielding will protect against any gas, but since it's of utmost importance that it work on the gas here, I'll be calibrating against that. Well, of course, obviously. To that end, I'd suggest choosing a cloud of lesser density for your collection efforts. Lower chance of near-instant death that way. If you suffer prolonged exposure, assuming you survive, see our local medical officer next door. She is highly preoccupied by the treatment of Zeranium-related maladies. I believe that covers all the necessary education for this particular assignment. Oh, So exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing your work. Now, shoo-shoo! Off with you now! Gather those samples! Shoo! My little minion. I trust you've made progress in your tasks? What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate Zeranium poisoning like a champ. Good for you. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination, visit the medical center and they'll get you squared away. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified, albeit on a very small scale. Still, progress is progress. What's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user.
What was that look she just gave me?
A shield, you adorable nitwit. An enclosure. A personal encapsulation to protect your vitals. I require a component called a catalytic amplifier. You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside. Dragoon, you lovable dunce. And no, banish the idea from your absent mind. Unfortunately for me, our chief mechanist, Woodrow, wasn't enthusiastic about my proposal to Geld his only combat automech. So you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalytic amplifier. Oh, superb! I'm almost tempted to ask how you managed it. But pressing on, just a moment to remove what I need and install it in the prototype. With this gadget, you'll be shielded against more than Zeranium, you know. Damn near everything, as long as it's charged. Now, report to Marshal Donaldson, if you please. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war. Don't thank me. Just doing my part for the sake of the paradigm, same as anyone.
Outer chassis sealant test number 14 has confirmed that the uranium exposure rate appears to be unaffected. Test model displayed standard overload-induced paralysis, then became atypically aggressive. Forced to terminate test model in second
What can I do for you this time? I knew Dr. Bryant would come through for us, that she'd prove her worth as surely as any subject of the Protectorate would. Seeing as you're the only one trained in the use of that gadget, what say you put it through its paces? Make your way inside the repair hangar and find the control terminal to purge the Zeranium. And be careful with that terminal. We don't want the situation getting any worse. Why in law's name would you want to know that? Glad to hear it. Any further questions? Don't worry about Woodrow. Smart fellow, but his cautious nature gets in the way. Yes, there is some risk that exposure to Zeranium will corrupt our automechs, to use his colorful language. That shouldn't stop us from delivering them on time. I'm sure they'll be scrubbed clean once they arrive at the Vox Relay. But that isn't our problem to solve. You be sure and come back once you've made progress on the leak.
Outsider. First the attack, then there's Zeranium. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
Run into trouble? No, don't answer. The indications are all too clear. Fortunately for you, you appear to have a fairly mild case. I imagine you haven't even noticed any symptoms yet. If you'd indulge me, I have a few questions I'd like to ask, for medical posterity, and so on and so forth. First question, can you describe the conditions in which you were exposed to the Zeranium? Another assistant. Should have guessed. I suppose I should be grateful for all the data she sends my way, but I do wish Del would think more of her collaborators' well-being. All right, next question. How are you feeling? For instance, do your bones seem noticeably softer somehow? Have you observed any sterility on your way in? Or aching in your thyroid or spleen? Well, good for you. Keeping a positive attitude can often aid your recovery. I wish more of my patients shared your optimistic disposition. As a token of my appreciation, allow me to provide you advanced Zeranium therapy of the highest possible quality. There, that should do it. Do stop back in if you suffer additional exposure. I would love, be pleased to act as your consulting physician again, should the need arise. Oh, gladly. I've rather dedicated my life to researching its unique form of matter. What would you like to know? Zeranium is a crystal. Even in its raw form, it generates energy. But once refined and stored in a quasi-gaseous state, its output increases exponentially. Zeranium is found in a liquid state as well, but it's far too hazardous and inefficient for our needs. Refined Zeranium is used to power nearly all major Protectorate technology. It's an amazingly efficient power source. However, it's also highly unstable and must be mined exceedingly carefully. Even minor bumps or jolts can cause Zeranium crystals to explode. Total avoidance is best, but try to get out of the Zeranium as quickly as you can if exposure becomes necessary.
First the attack, then there's Zeranium. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
Liquidate 'em!
Looks like a fight.
door, but ain't a way to reach it from here. Guess we'll have to take the long way.
Stimuli. Indeterminate origin. Further search is of limited utility.
Your command. You look up here, but I'm not ready. I'm at it.
First the attack, then the Zeranium. At this rate, we're never getting
we
caught up.
cherish all we have and defend it.
I hope you brought me good news, outsider. At last, the tide is shifting. Today, we fix our automechanicals. Tomorrow, we push the unprincipled interlopers of Auntie's choice into the sea. You've done us a great service, stranger, and I would see your efforts rewarded. Alas, we don't have much to offer since our supplies are so low. I hope these bits will suffice. We confiscated them from the corpses of the scouts who attempted to infiltrate this facility a few weeks back. It carries the invaders' taint, but it should spend just the same. The pleasure was mine. The Automex we sent out will be a great asset to the Vox relay station. Now I can show our chief mechanist that he was wrong, and a little Zeranium poisoning won't do those Automex any harm.
shall hide from us.
You're looking pretty scathed, Commander.
Ammunition depleted.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Practicing some battlefield medicine.
The Protectorate and target reacquired.
Looks like a fight.
Reacquired. For each foul. Flush them out. None shall hide from us.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Ostensibly, I must reload. Recommencing penetration. Commander, you're
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander. No, no, sir.
help me end this fight on my feet. Back in medkit, coming your way.
For each foul.
Sorry, ain't ready yet. I'm the one you need to worry about. Not getting up without help, Commander.
Restoring the balance. Very fast. Lay low, Commander. Medic's orders.
For each foul. Grenade!
Vitals looking a mite mark. You're looking pretty scathed, Commander.
You think none shall hide from us. Flush them out.
They manufacture one.
For each foul. man. Quarry found. Target. None shall hide from it.
Ghost, lock and loot. Let's get this list. A little busy bleeding out if you haven't noticed.
Outsider in need of guidance.
Giving chase.
Commander, medic's order. Replenishing my firearm.
Ain't nothing there.
Back in business. Shifting to a little pick-me-up for you.
Lights flashing before my eyes, Commander. Revive me. Enemy dead.
Back in business. Look alive, Commander. There you are. Sensibly, I must reload.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Away! Invasive elements!
Target reacquired.
Medkit coming your way. You're looking pretty scathed, Commander.
Forever.
Regular duck pop.
Commander, you're bleeding.
Walking this off.
Practicing some battlefield medicine. on my feet. Liquid.
This proves an
Armed and ready. Time to earn my commission. Liquidate him!
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Armed and ready.
Customer stuff.
It's a pro!
Protectorate scum.
Let me know when you need a distraction. I'm the one you need to worry about. Come at it.
Captain, have we truly certified that all in our midst are suited for this mission? It would be most disheartening were any of us to bear reservations.
If you take issue with my presence, speak plainly. My loved one's deeds bear no influence on my own.
Your loved ones, Juan? Once a loved one of mine became a traitor, I would no longer refer to them thusly. Unless you still harbor feelings.
Enough! Your sniping discredits you both. Wardens must speak through action. Move out!
Huh. A protectorate vestige. Guessing the cadre didn't make it then. Time to start poking around. We'll need all their armorial IDs to get in.